So lying yourself down onto the full length of the roller. You want your feet a little bit wider than hip width to help give you a little bit of stability. And just let the arms rest down, relax through the shoulders. And think about finding your neutral spine, just like you would do normally if you were settled onto the floor. And you'll just need a little bit more centering here because we're on an unstable surface of the roller. So first of all, we're going to release around the head and the neck. So keeping the back of the rib cage down, arms and shoulders relaxed, and keeping the weight of your head settled onto the roller. We're going to take a breath, and as you breathe out, just tuck the chin down towards the chest. And then inhale to release, and exhale as you nod. Inhale, release, exhale to nod. Inhale, release, exhale to nod, and settling the head back. And now exhale as you roll the head over to one side, again nice and heavy on the roller. Inhale back to the center, exhale over to the opposite side. Inhale to the center, exhale as you roll. Inhale to center, exhale to roll. Again, bring it back to the center, and again we're going to roll it over to the right. Hold it here, nod the head, and start to nod up and down as you roll all the way over to the left side now. Keep it going over to the left side, and then I'll back over to the right side. So head heavy, we're releasing the back of the head and the neck. One more time, over to the left. And then we're going to come back to the center, nod, 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 and settle. And now we're just going to imagine drawing a figure of 8 using your nose. Again, keeping the head nice and heavy on the roller, whichever direction you want to go for first. So we're just gently circling and making that figure of 8 using the nose, so there's a little bit of a nod there. And then let's see if we can change direction and take it the opposite way. Again, releasing the head heavy on the roller. And then bringing it back to stop in the center. Now let's move into the shoulders. So stabilize through the feet. We're going to take the arms up, reaching towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, about shoulder width apart. So single shoulder drops. Inhale as you reach through the right arm. Exhale as you drop the shoulder. Inhale, reach through the left. Exhale as you drop the shoulder. And again, inhale to reach. Exhale to drop. Left arm. And drop. Now both arms together, and we're going to add some flexion and extension through the spine as well. So as you reach up through both arms on your inhale, feel that you press the spine down into the roller. And now as you exhale and drop the shoulders, arch the spine away from the roller. So we inhale, reach and press the spine down. Exhale, drop the shoulders and arch the spine away from the roller. And let's do it again. One more. Settle those shoulders. And now inhale, open the arms, arching the spine off the roller as you come into arm fly. Exhale, float the arms back up and press the spine down again. And inhale as you open and arch the spine away. Exhale, float the arms back up and press the spine down. 2 more. Inhale, open, arch the spine away. Exhale as you draw back up, press the spine down. 1 more, going as wide as you feel comfortable. Press the spine down, hold it here, turn the palms to face away. Inhale as you take the arms back over the head. Exhale as you circle the arms around. Inhale, floating up and back over the head. exhale as we circle round. Keep pressing the spine down into the roller as you float and circle the arms. One more. And now let the arms rest. The palms can face up and relax those shoulders and just return your spine to neutral. Feel the weight towards the tailbone. So we're now going to release into the lumbar region around the pelvis and coming into pelvic tilts. So first off, let's tilt the pelvis towards us. So think about a compass, north and south. So we're going to tilt to north. So tilting towards you, feel the lower back imprint the roller. And now tilting away to south and increasing that lumbar curve coming away from the roller. And again, tilting to north and tilting to south. Tilting to north and tilting to south. Settle back into neutral and now going east and west, so to either side of the hips. So tilt to east, lifting one side of the pelvis and then tilting to west, lifting the opposite side. Again, tilt to east and tilt to west. A little bit of movement through the legs, east and west. Again, settle it back to neutral. And now we're going to move through the full compass, north, east, south, west. So whichever direction you'd like to go for first off. Let's come to north and tilt the pelvis, imprint the spine into the roller, and then taking it over to either hip, east or west, down to south, up to the other side, and circling it all the way round. Two more in this direction. Circling round. So we're moving through flexion, extension, and rotation. Let's change direction, going the opposite way. North, east, south, west. Moving through that compass. And then settle it back to the center, finding neutral pelvis and just settling yourself there for a moment. We're going to hitch the hips now. So think about bringing your right hip hitching up towards you and then switching over, hitching the left hip up towards you, hitching the right hip, hitching the left hip, hitching the right hip and hitching the left hip, letting the spine and the head join in. So as you hitch the right hip, we're going to turn the head away to the left, opposite way, and then switch over. As you hitch the left hip, turn to the right and keep it going. So hitch and turn, hitch and turn. So we're almost getting this nice little snaking movement through the spine, through the hips, letting the head join in and rolling gently on the roller. One more each side. And then settle it back to the center, finding neutral again. And now we're just going to release a little bit into the SI joint. So let's take the right leg away along the floor. So you're opening up that hip and just let the weight of the leg drop down. And now roll yourself over to the left slightly. So rolling onto that left glute slightly. Not too far that you feel you're going to roll off. Hold it there. And now if you can, just float your left arm up and over. If you can't quite reach all the way back to the floor, maybe just hold on to the end of the roller and soften the arm. But if you can, reach right back over the head and really relax the arm and the shoulder. So we're not getting this nice kind of diagonal stretch. And let's just take a couple of breaths. And then floating the arm down first for a bit of stability. Roll it back into the center. Bring that right leg in. And now switching sides. So send the left leg away. Let's roll it now over to the right slightly onto that right glute. Not too far that you feel you're going to roll off. Sending the right arm now up and over the head if you can. And again, if you need to, maybe just hold on to the end of the roller if that's easier. Or reach out and really relax the arm and the shoulder. And again, let's take a couple of deep breaths. And let's float the arm down, roll back to the center, and bring that left leg back in. Lovely. We're now just going to come off the roller. So I just roll yourself off slightly to one side. Use the arms just to help support you. As you roll off, take it out from underneath you. And now bringing it round underneath the calf. So under the belly of the muscle here in the back of the leg. And you've got a couple of options how you want to set yourself up. So you could prop yourself up on the hands if that feels an easy way to move through the roller. Or you could lie yourself all the way back down to the floor and roll that way. So whichever feels more comfortable, as long as you're able to move the roller through the back of the calf, that's fine. So if you can, maybe just propping yourself up. And we're just going to roll the calf up and down on the roller. And it might be, you really need to try and relax through the legs. So sometimes lying back does help to get yourself to relax. And it might be that you've got some niggly points there, feel a bit tense, feel a bit tight. And if you do feel it, maybe just focus on one area and try and roll into that particular area that feels a bit tight and a bit tense, and try and roll it out. And then we're going to roll the legs in, so feet rolled in towards each other, and roll up the inside of the calf, inside of the leg, releasing into that part of the muscle. Again, you could lie it back if that feels easier, if you're feeling it in your shoulders. And then rolling onto the outside, so roll hips and feet out, and the same again, rolling up and down that roller on the outside of the leg, outside of the muscle. And then let's bring the legs back in about hip width and parallel. Again, resting on the back of the calf there, belly of the muscle, or finding a niggly point again. And we're just going to flex the feet and then point the toes away. Flex and point. Flex and point. So again, you could move to an area of the muscle that feels quite tight and hold it there and do this. And just move along the muscle, that's fine. And then let's come into some ankle circles as well. Whichever direction you want to go for first. And change direction. Again, try and keep the legs quite relaxed. And then let's slide out and slide in. Legs nice and heavy. Really press the muscle down against the roller as you slide in and slide out. Again, you can move along the muscle maybe, move up, move down, slide in, slide out. Lovely. Fab. Now we're just going to roll the roller in towards us. So the feet are on the floor. We're going to lie it back down onto the mat. And just take a moment now to just lift yourself into a small bridge. So you can now roll the roller underneath you. So we want to settle the roller on the back of the pelvis, back of your sacrum. So make sure that the roller's not too far up, that it's in the lower back, or too far down that you feel as though you're going to roll off and it's going to roll away from you. So I'd hold on to the roller just so it doesn't escape you and you feel secure. Relax through the shoulders. Take the right leg up into knee fold, and then if you can, bring the left leg up to join it. So you might need to do a little bit of adjusting once you're up there if you feel a bit unsteady. So we're going to bring the legs together, so feet, knees, inner thighs connected. And essentially we're going to come into a hip roll. This is really nice to release glutes, hips, the SI joint. So let's take a breath, and as you breathe out, we're just going to gently roll ourselves to the right. You might just feel it there as you roll on the roller. And then inhale, let's bring it back to the center. Exhale as we slowly roll it to the other side. Keep the legs together and connected. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale, roll it back. And again, exhale, roll it to the right. You might really feel it on the glute there, and you could hold it. Again, if you're feeling tight in one area, you could hold it there for a moment and just try and release into that area of tension. Roll it back to the center. So we're just going to add to it now slightly. So again, let's roll it to the right and just hold it here briefly. Open your right leg down towards the roller, and then as you roll it back, you can bring the legs together. So over to the left, and then open up that left leg slightly down towards the roller, really getting into that hip and glute. And then as you roll it back, you can bring the legs back together. And again, one more each side. Opening up as you hold it there. And roll it back. One more. Roll. Open if you can. And roll it back. Bring the legs together. Lovely. Coming into toe taps here. So just draw the right knee a little bit closer towards you as you take the left foot down. Tap the floor if you can. Working into the hip. And again, we're going to switch it over now. Opposite way. Right foot towards the floor. Just tap if you can. And let's switch it over. So coming into this nice gentle scissoring motion. Really getting into those hips. Keep it going. The next time that you send your right foot down towards the floor, we're going to lengthen that leg away. Really lengthen, open up that hip, really try and let go of the weight of that right leg. Drawing the left knee a little bit closer towards you if you can. So we're just stretching out into the hip and we're just going to hold it there. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then we're going to bring that right leg back in. We're going to switch over. Send the left leg down along the floor. Let go of the weight of the leg over the roller. Draw that right leg in a little bit closer. And again, we're just opening up into this hip. Take a couple of deep breaths. And let's bring that left leg back in. Now legs back together. Bring your hands to rest just onto the front of the thighs there. Draw the knees towards you a little bit closer and almost resist the legs coming in. So gently press against the hands and then inhale, exhale, release. Inhale as you come in, press against the hands. Exhale, release. Inhale again, press against the hands. Exhale to release. One more. Inhale, come in, press against the hands. Exhale to release. Take the hands back onto the roller and just lower the feet down one at a time. And we're just going to lift off the roller, take it out from underneath and slowly just bring the spine back down into the floor. Maybe feel a difference in that lumbar region as you come back down into the mat. And we're now just going to bring ourselves up and onto our side. So just take a moment as you bring yourself around and you're going to bring the roller in front of you. So extend out through the bottom leg and bringing your top leg now to rest onto the roller. And you can either prop yourself up or lie yourself down onto the floor. So you're essentially straddling the roller. And we're going to start on the outside, so towards the outside of the knee. And then we're just going to gently roll on the roller up the inside of the leg and then roll back in. So we roll away and then we roll back in. And really try and keep the weight of the leg. Let the hip roll slightly with you, not going too far though. And really try and feel that you're getting onto the inside of the thigh. Again, you might feel some niggly points, so you might just want to hold it there to get into those areas that feel tight and tense. Just giving it a nice roll. Try and keep the weight of the leg on the roller. Lovely, and just one more. Lovely. Let's just take a moment now as we balance out and switch over to the other side. Again, extend out that bottom leg. Bring that top leg to rest on to the roller. Take it down. And again, starting just on the outside of the knee slightly and then rolling up inside the thigh. Again, find those niggly points if you've got them. Maybe hold it there if needed. Have a little roll in that area. Releasing. Lovely. One more. and release. Again, we're going to just come off that roller. We're going to sit ourselves up for a second. We're now going to bring the roller round and take it behind us. So we're going to work into the thoracic spine now. Go careful here. Keep it quite small if you need to. So resting back on the roller. So we want it just roughly below the shoulder blades, not too far up. And taking your hands back behind your head, interlock the fingers, elbows in the corner of your eyes, just settling on the back of the pelvis. So try and avoid arching and tilting the pelvis or flattening and pressing that lower back into the floor. So like you would do, think about a neutral pelvis. We're going to take a breath, breathe out, just take it back over the roller for a second. So you don't have to go too far, just where you feel comfortable, maybe eyes up towards the ceiling, elbows in the corner of your eyes. Let's take a breath. And as you breathe out, start to nod the head, curl yourself up. And inhale as we take it back down. And exhale as we curl up. So we're not thinking about abdominal work, we're thinking about releasing in the thoracic spine, working through some flexion and extension. Make sure you're supporting the head, you're not pulling yourself up with your hands. And again, it might be that you just want to move a little bit up on the roller or maybe down on the roller. Again, if you find a niggly point that feels a bit tight and a bit tense, move yourself on the roller. Lovely. And now just coming up into flexion, hold it here. Just take a breath, and as you breathe out, just gently lift the hips from the floor. So we're hovering off the mat. And again, we're going to roll up, roll down. So you're rolling on the roller in that point of the spine that might feel a little bit niggly. Again, you could roll as far as you want, find a niggly point, hold it there, and then find another area and hold it there. You could work the full length of the spine. You could work up into the shoulders a little bit. If they're feeling a bit tight, hold it there. So just finding what works for you, finding those areas of tension that you can try and release. Lovely, and now just find a point and hold it here. Try and keep those hips off the floor. And now take a breath, and as you breathe out, just gently let yourself twist. You can let the hips join in a little bit. So you're taking the weight over to one side, and you might really feel it in a tight spot there maybe. And hold it for a moment. Inhale as you roll it back to the centre. Exhale as you roll it over to the other side. And again, inhale as we bring it back to the centre. Exhale as we roll it to the other side. And again, you could do a little bit of a roll in that area if it feels a bit tight and a bit tense, or just hold it. Again, just finding what works for you, as long as you can hold it and it feels relatively comfortable. A little bit of a roll and bring it back to the centre. And then let's just slowly take it down. Rest the pelvis down into the mat. You can take the hands away from behind the head. And now we're going to lower it down. We're just going to roll the roller back slightly and bring it underneath the back of the head again. So we're going to work into, I'm going to have to take my ponytail out, I think. Resting the roller now onto the back of the head. So the bony part of the skull, not down in your neck. So just make sure you've got it in the right area. And I would suggest maybe just having your hands on the roller, just so it doesn't get away from you with this one. Again, feet and knees hip width and parallel, just settling again, finding a neutral alignment. And again, we're going to come into chin tucks. So breathe in and out as you nod, chin to chest. Inhale to release. Exhale to nod. Inhale, release. So you're just working on that bony part of the back of the head. Tends to be an area that gets tight. You might find you get kind of headaches in this area. Release. And now we're just going to roll over to the right. So as you breathe out, roll to the right, nice and heavy on the roller. And find that bony prominence behind the back of your ear. So not quite rolling onto the ear, just finding the bony part behind the ear. And we're going to nod up and down on that bony part. Again, quite nice to try and release in that area. Lovely, and then let's roll it back to the centre and over to the other side. Find that bony part behind the back of the ear and nod. And roll it back. And now let's just slowly remove the roller. Lie it back onto the floor. Take out the legs. Relax the arms and the shoulders. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths. And hopefully you feel released and you've enjoyed using the roller. And maybe do more repetitions next time, give it another try, now that maybe you've got some ideas, and enjoy. Thank you very much.